Good afternoon, everyone. How's it going? Great to see you guys. Welcome to Facebook. We're really happy to have you all here and to be hosting the ARF's West Conference for the second year in a row. Last year we had a great event with fantastic content, and we're hoping that we outdo that this time. I think one of the things that maybe is not apparent to everyone in the room is kind of why we host this at Facebook. And I just want to say a few things in general, which is that for us, the relationship with the ARF that we have is extremely important. It's part of our overall desire and our desire to participate in the industry discussions that are so important around measurement and research issues today. This is something that we do with many organizations, including the ARF, and we commit a lot of time to it. That's because we think there's an amazing number of challenges facing marketers today that we can only solve if we work together as an industry to do that. So this is hopefully kind of a forum to engage on those kinds of topics, and we know that the content that's been put together is really focused on really important issues facing all of us today. I would like to just briefly say a big thank you to Chris Bacon and to Jamie Reed, who have spent a lot of time putting together the conference and the facilities, and I hope you guys enjoy them and appreciate them. So with that, I just want to turn things over to Chris, actually. But I want to say once again, welcome to Facebook. Hope you enjoy it here, and you have a great conference.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, and welcome everybody to Menlo Park. It's always great to be out here. I know the team, when we left the hotel this morning, was a little concerned. They said, it's foggy, it's cold. I said, it's November in Northern California. Get over it. It's going to burn off. We're glad you're here. But I realize I'm probably a new face to many of you. So I'm going to borrow a little device that an old boss of mine used to use to introduce herself, to introduce myself. So who I am by the numbers: 29, 6, 30, 9, 1/2, 15, 1, 3, 2, 1. Confused? Okay, good. My name's Chris Bacon. I started in the insights business 29 years ago, a little company in Golden Valley, Minnesota called General Mills. Since that time, I've worked for 6 Fortune 500 companies, and I've actually done research in 30 different countries around the world. For the last 9 years of my career before joining the ARF, I was the global head of consumer and shopper insights at the E&J Gallo winery out here in Modesto. And during my 9 years there, I worked on a little brand, some of you may know it, called Barefoot Wines. Yeah. When I started at Gallo in 2006, we had just purchased Barefoot, and it was 500,000 cases. When I left Gallo in 2015, Barefoot globally sold 15 million cases and was the #1 brand of wine in the United States. So I'm proud of that. I have one husband, Filipino. So I have a mixed race marriage. We have 3 homes on 2 continents. Let's figure that one out. And I have 1 dog. She's a 13-year-old Lhasa Apso. Her name is Luca. She's spoiled, and she knows it. And she doesn't care about it either. So, but why are we here today? It's 12:30 in the afternoon, okay? Do you know how well your mobile marketing is working? Well, we know the opportunity. I mean, if we just look at the figures right now, look at the growth in the penetration of smartphones over the past 6 years. Not only has it tripled, but we're now at the point where 70% of all Americans over the age of 5 own a smartphone. Okay? How many of you in this room have 6-year-olds or older? And how many of them have access to or use a smartphone regularly? Okay, thank you, proves my point. Okay, We know the opportunity is there. And so many CMOs are saying, look, I'm going to invest more. Latest CMO survey, they say they plan to double their mobile marketing budgets over the next 3 years. But I have a question for you. How many of them are confident with the returns they're getting on their mobile marketing investment? Any guesses in the room? Anybody say 70%? 50%? 5? Rolf's close. 1. 1% of CMOs in the latest Duke CMO survey say that they are very likely that they know how their mobile marketing spending is impacting their marketing effectiveness. So, does this make sense? I'm doubling in my investment, but only 1% are confident what they're getting for it. Well, that's why we're here now. We know as an industry we need help. So we thank you for being with us, because we hope to provide that help so that all of us over the next day and a half can get smarter faster. So we'll do 4 things. We'll focus, number 1, on the ROI. What kind of return on investment do I get from investing in mobile marketing? I'll talk more about these figures tomorrow morning, but what we've learned in our How Advertising Works ground truth experiments is this. Mobile video has twice the return of traditional desktop video. That's something I want to know, because if I need to tell my CFO why I'm spending more money on mobile, I want data like this. But it's not just making sure you spend in the right place. You've got to have the right creative behind it. Dr. Manuel Garcia will join us later this afternoon, to talk about how brands are built in the brain and how mobile advertising works to help build strong brands, particularly when built off an integrated creative strategy. But it's not sufficient to know what to do, how to spend, and how to create. We've got to be able to listen to consumers and do that research effectively. That's why last March at Rethink, we presented a checklist for doing mobile marketing research effectively. Such things as keeping that survey under 10 minutes and making that survey thumb-friendly. You'll hear more. We have speakers from Qualtrics and M4 this afternoon who'll give more tips on how to make sure we're getting our mobile surveys right. And then last but not least, understanding how mobile is affecting the path to purchase. I don't know how many folks have seen these latest figures from ComScore. In the second quarter of this year, the growth in m-commerce was triple that of e-commerce and 10 times that of total retail. Okay? M-commerce, these little devices, these little things we all have in our hands, are changing the way we think, we work, we shop, we talk, and communicate with one another. So how do we turn that 1% into 100%? That's our goal over the next day and a half. So we thank you for being here for the ride. Because here at the ARF, we focus on 2 things. We focus on answering those C-suite questions. Are my marketing dollars driving growth in sales? And if I had another dollar to spend, where should I spend it? And we're going to evolve this question a little bit today. Do my mobile marketing dollars drive growth and sales? That'll be our focus over the next day and a half. We're really thankful you're here. As the ARF, we represent and have had more than 500 papers submitted by our members and by our friends and family, and we've hosted 99 different events to help everyone get smarter faster. We've had 59 different stages over the past few years with 8,000 attendees, and one of the things we are also committed to is lifting up the next generation, whether it's our Young Pros sessions, our Women in Analytics, or our newest initiative, our ARF Leadership Lab, where we've had more than 1,000 students attend classes over the past year and a half. So we hope that we can change the Help Wanted sign and all walk out here as fearless leaders. And speaking of fearless leaders, we want to introduce you to our speakers over the next day and a half. No finer group of almost 40 different experts, luminaries, who are here to share their wisdom, their expertise, and really give their advice on how we can make that mobile investment work smarter for us. I also want to thank our sponsors. Without our sponsors, our ARF West sponsors, and our sponsors for this particular conference, we couldn't be here today. So we thank them all for their support, and we thank you for your support as well. And